My friend, depending on who's here. Not that you all aren't my friends. I just see that there's says there's one person here. If they are still here, as I'm approximately 3 minutes late. So I hope everyone's having a good day. It's Friday. I've been off by a day every day this week. But something about the 3-day holidays throws me off. And it's September 6th, 2024. So again, I hope everyone's having a good day. I posted a little video on my members channel, but I'm happy to talk about it here as well. And I was talking about, it's like a 6-7 minute video about karma, the misunderstanding of karma, that it's punishment. Karma's going to get you. Karma in Sanskrit means action, and it is the law, cause and effect simultaneously. Hey, Jace. Jace says, poop howdy. Poop howdy, my friend. How are you? It is, yep, so law of cause and effect. Simultaneously. That's where we lose track of. We think karma is going to eventually get us or get someone. Someone's going to be punished. Someone's going to be punished for their transaction, for their transgression. However, it is the simplicity of living the consequence of the action that you take over and over and over again. Unfortunately, we never see that, so we never break free of those actions, and we keep running. Why is life going like this? Why isn't it better? Why isn't it different? Jay says, I'm getting ready for Sunday. Sunday is a big day. 1,000 reps for Jace. Did I hear Tandra say that you're gonna you want to do it in under 2 hours? That's a good pace, my friend. No doubt you can do it though. When I did the Pelican Bay routine, which is 500 reps, I think my best time was about 49 minutes. Hey Ash, how are you? Ash says, hey Yogi, just saying hi. Something popped up. Tell you what happened when I get back. And hi Jace. All right, Ash. Hope everything is well for you. So let's, because we got Jace here, has me thinking, let's put this in, let's see, Felizia says, you're back? Were you here before? If you were, well, and welcome back. So yeah, because we got Jace here. Let's talk fitness. Karma. You do a rep. You get results from the rep. Cause and effect. You eat right. You get the effects of eating right. You eat bad. You get the effects of eating bad. Is that punishment? Or is that the simplicity of doing something and having the effects follow forth? Imagine if you got the karmic effects from eating a Big Mac the moment you ate it. Imagine if you got the high blood pressure, the hypertension, the obesity, all the stuff that comes through eating that way continuously. There's nothing the matter with eating a Big Mac. But if you eat that way continuously, you're making those choices, then the karmic effect is bad health. Let's see. Fellow says, I drank 700 milliliters milk. Now I'm ill. That's not good. Did you drink it too fast? Fellow says, gym motto? What's the gym motto? Hey, Asia, how are you? Jace says, Mom called just as you started that. Apologies. Not a problem. How's your mom, Jace? Tell her I said hi, please. Let's see. Asia says, I'm good. How are you, Eric? Doing pretty good, Asia. I'm doing better. We've had a few down moments. That happened. Let's see. Fellow does says, much as I sent before. I don't remember the message you sent before. My friend, I apologize. So, we can't escape karma. Ash says, anyway, bye again. I hope all is well, Ash. Because we are choice-making machines. So every time you make a choice, there is the effect that comes after. The cause is the choice, then comes the effect. However, here's the issue. Ash says, explanation above. Oh, here we go. Quick pop in to explain. While me and my dad are driving, my mom has some heart issues and is getting worse. So we took her to the hospital Wednesday, and she had to swallow some medical camera. So we're going to go see what's wrong. Hey, Ash, sending prayers to your mom, to you and your father, your whole family. Wishing everyone the best possible news to come from this. Thank you for that explanation. Ash says bye to chat. Forget where I was. I know I was talking about karma. It's always an interesting topic for me to talk about. Trending, and Buddha Sports says, "Hey Yogi, Buddha, my friend, how are you?" Fellow says, "YouTube hiding my comment." I don't see anything hidden. Can you put it? Can you put it in words that sort of signify what you're saying without saying what you're saying? Does that make sense? Trending says, "I'm doing good, sir." Good. I'm happy to hear that. Buddha was getting the burpees in today. Fella says, strange. Yeah, YouTube's pretty strange anyway. I'm not down talking YouTube. I got a channel, monetize. I get to talk about the things that I enjoy talking about. I get to share the things that I love sharing. So it's a great platform. Brought a lot of people together all across the world. I got this tiny little microism, in the big picture of what YouTube represents. Just a small slice, but it's enough and it's expanding and it's pretty cool when you think about it. Hey, Odom, how are you? Odom says happy Friday in chat. Jace says, karma is a great way to describe health habits and effects. It is. If you want to be healthy, you make healthy choices. If you want any change in your life, it doesn't have to be drastic, but the effects follow the choice. And again, we will always make choices. In every single moment, there's a choice. And there's always an effect. And choices are endless. And there's no single cause. No single cause. You can't say this is a cause of this and this and this, because what caused that original cause? It's traced back infinitely so. So really, we're just dealing with effects. We're always dealing with effects. And we negate the effects, or we enhance the effect by making a positive choice in the only moment we actually have to make a choice in, which is the present moment. When we are centered in the present moment, this is the importance of breath work. The breath is never not right now. It might be in varying stages of now. It might be in the now of an inhale, the out now of an exhale, but it's always now. Hey, Kayla, how are you? Kayla had a monster live stream session today. Kayla, how long were you live for? I'm beginning to think that Kayla doesn't sleep. She's a machine. Just says hey to Kayla. Hey, Eric, how are you? Get a hey from hey to Odom and Jace and Kayla. Hey, Pancake, my friend, how are you? Let's go. Much love and like done. Appreciate that. Tomorrow, can't make a promise. Tomorrow might actually be a pancake day for me. First time in probably 6 months, maybe longer. Our friend Zach is back. Zach is back, and he's back to being Zach. Although I don't know if you were ever Zach. Now that I think about it. Let's see, I'm back, and now it's daily inspiration time. Thank you, my friend. Pancakes waving to Eric. Kayla says hi, Jace. So I get a let's see. I get a directive from Pancake. Get it. Go for pancakes. It'll be entirely up to Mocha, as it's a celebration of her being back in school. It'll be her third college semester. Eric Point says, hey to Zach and Trending. Zach says, once you face your fear, nothing is ever as hard as you think. Nice, Zach. Zach always has something for us. Much appreciated, my friend. Hope you're having a good school year. I saw that our friend Buddha, by the way, has a really good video. I think it was yesterday or the day before. She was doing some pranayama, some breath work. Always love to see that. Hey, Squirrel Sniper, how are you? Sniper says, greeting beautiful souls from across the pond, but under the same skies. Zach says, 5th grade is horrible. I'm sorry, Zach. But you know what? It's new in the year. It'll get better. Zach says, I should have changed my name to Yogi Master like I had it. It's a nice name. I mean, I always called you Zach because I always mispronounce Yogio. So, Squirrel says, reshaping maples today. What's the shape? How are you shaping them? So, hey, Friday. What do you guys got going on? What's going on for the weekend? Jason's got 1,000 reps for the weekend on Sunday. I think he said it's going to be a little bit later, right? And I heard over on Tandra's live stream, she said that he was going to try to do it in under 2 hours, which is a good pace. It can be done. I haven't done it, but when I was doing my best time doing the Pelican Bay 500 reps was, I think, just under 50 minutes. I mentioned that previously. Pelican Bay is you work from 30 down and you get 30 seconds in between. So you do 30 reps, whatever pace you want, but you only get 30 seconds to rest before you do 29 reps. And then the same, and you get down to 1 rep, and then you got 65 to add on, you get a total of 500. I think it was about 49 minutes or so. And I was feeling pretty good, so I added in an extra 250, just 1 rep at a time. But it got me thinking about doing 2 Pelican Bays in a row. And of course, the second one would be slower, but trying to do it in under 2 hours. Killer says, much love, guys. Trending says, awesome. Let's see. Maruko, sorry. You get a wave. Hello, my friend. Dex says, my mom and stepdad are getting married tomorrow. Hey, nice. Congratulations to your parents. I'm trying to get as nice. I ever knew was, do you have any tips? You're trying to get as nice. I don't know exactly what you mean. But congratulations to your parents. Trending says, I'm excited as new medicine is coming, where we don't get to take pills. No more nothing. Nice. It's coming tomorrow. That's big news, Trending. Buddha. Buddha says, be careful with that lift. One side holding the weight bell. Yeah, I try to be. Trending says it's Buddha. It is Buddha. I keep going back and forth. Eric says, yes, in 2K connected. We will do that, Yogi. What do you mean? What do you mean, Eric? Buddha says, be right back. She says, hey to Eric. Sniper says, my phone just told me I traveled 696 miles this morning without me even asking. Should I be worried? It depends on what your phone tells you next. Pelican. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. In 2K, we will do that, Yogi. Do you want to try it twice? Let's stick with the 500 and see how we feel. And then when you get 4,000, we can think about doing it twice. It's a fun routine. But if you've watched what I've been doing, man, I'm not doing a ton of burpees right now. You would think I would step it up, as I'm just less than 20 days from 1,000 days of burpees. But I felt the need of doing things a little heavier, putting a heavier weight over my head. The best way for me right now, because my back is still a little iffy, doing Turkish get-ups. I prefer to just call them get-ups. One of my all-time favorite moves. You got a, it takes about 8 seconds or so, maybe more, to do a rep. That's 8 seconds of continuous time under tension. So you know from building muscle, it's not so much about how many reps you do. It's about how much time under tension that you get per rep repeated. So I'm getting 8 seconds of a full body time under tension from holding it in an extended position, which is working my delts, my triceps, my pecs, my core, and then I go up into a, before I go up in the lunge position, I'm extending my hips upward, so I'm working the hips, the obliques, the core from a different angle, and then I go into a lunge position. So I'm working my legs. At the same time, I'm still continuously holding the weight over my head. It's an excellent routine, excellent workout, movement. But as Buddha says, you do got to be careful. Learn the movement. I've been practicing it since like 2002 or 2003. That says I've been doing 1-arm push-ups, 50 curl-ups, 125 jumping jacks, 45 sit-ups per month just for the wedding. Nice. You will be in shape for it. Way to step up and train, Zach. So yeah, I'm enjoying the bit of the change of pace from this straight diet of burpees. I was always trying to add other stuff. You know, I was adding in some dips, I was adding in some pull-ups, but just the constant barrage of rep after rep after rep. After that length of time, so what is 1,000 days? That's what, almost 3 years. And then you throw in an extra 600 days for Ankh and the Burpee King. Buddha says, I fixed the name I had trending, so when she's sleeping. But forgot that. Buddha says, yes, that's awesome, Yogi. Freestyle workout. Yeah, I enjoyed your freestyle today. As well, I mentioned earlier, I enjoyed your pranayama. I think it was 2 days ago. Or was it yesterday? But anyway, back to Jace. If he is going to shoot for it, if he's going to shoot for 1,000 reps in under 2 hours, that's an awesome pace. And again, I have no doubt. Jace is, he's lean, he's fit. No doubt that he'll be able to do it. But I didn't hear from him specifically that that was going to be his goal. Sniper says, Zach, I read The Art of War, mastered Denmark, fencing, epi, and foil, judo, jiu-jitsu, and some ninjutsu. Just ask my wife to marry me. Well, I'm glad she said yes after all that work. I did very, very little ninjutsu. Very little. Sort of a transitory martial art until I found something else. The things I always stuck with the longest, Taekwondo for a long time, which then basically turned into kickboxing. Then I did Kempo for a number of years, Judo for a number of years, and then I mixed things up quite a bit with a lot of things in between. Some Thai boxing. Hey, Skits. Skits says, hi, Eric and chat. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. I appreciate that, my friend. Let me check in real quick. Skits' channel to make sure he's not only holding steady, he's at 55 subscribers. And he's got a preview. Awesome. I'm going to keep the channel up. As soon as we're done the live stream, I'm going to be checking it out. Man, I'm really looking forward to that preview. I've been looking forward to Skits doing this for quite some time. Preview of my new song. Zach says, I don't know how to reply, but congratulations. You can't go wrong with congratulations. Hey, Skits, sometime you mentioned what you want to do with your channel. Creativity, the inspiration, moving in a positive direction. Be interesting if you did a live stream sometime talking about how you came about that, what you were doing before you had the epiphany that you wanted to head in a different direction. That would be inspiring. That's what, Brian Lane has done quite a bit of that. Sampa says, I trained in cane. I created a style with our British classical crooked cane. Hey, Squirrel Sniper, what do you know about Cornish wrestling? I love the old-time British catch-as-catch-can wrestlers who then went on to train modernly some of the best professional wrestlers, like the Dynamite Kid. I don't remember his real name, who was a shooter in real life, meaning that he could hook, he could get on the mat and cause some serious damage if he wanted to. Eric Point says, hey to shits. Hey, make sure you check out his channel, guys. Skit says, hey, Eric Point, good to see you. I often lose sight of the fact that every people had their own organic fighting system. Again, Cornish wrestling, the catch-as-catch-can in England, savate in France. Because we always turn towards the East as if that is the single best fighting style. I've always enjoyed the who would win, a Viking versus a samurai, or a Highlander versus a samurai. Eric Point says, whoops, I meant Skits. Easy mistake. Skit says, yeah, that would be good to give people an insight into where I was and where I am now and where I'm heading. Yeah, absolutely. And especially thinking about, how each of us are given an epiphany. We're each given a moment of grace where we get to turn in that direction. Some of us don't. and we continue down that path. That's the amazing thing about grace. It comes unbidden. We can petition for grace. That doesn't mean it's going to come. We can court it, opening ourselves to it. And I think it will come to all of us eventually, more than once. But if we keep shutting the door to it, it has no reason to keep appearing. That's the whole message of saying yes. Yes to life. Skid says, Erica actually found it funny, Bo. Didn't want to laugh in case you took offense. Eric Lapointe does not strike me as the type to take offense easily. Am I mistaken about that? To me, he seems slow boil, but you don't want to get him to boiling. Ease off a bit. Turn the heat down before he gets there. Sniper says, it's good, Eric. It's good, says, Squirrel, good to see you. Eric says, you nailed it, Yogi. Yeah, those are the kinds you watch for signs. You know, if you see the temperature going up, if you see they're reaching that point, you definitely want to take steps. Defuse the situation. About 2 weeks ago, I was confronted by two 20-year-old people on the bike path at about 5:30 in the morning in the dark, who didn't like that I was walking so fast. They thought that I was heading towards them and jumped in front of me. And we talked it out. And then as we were leaving, the guy, one of them, went to grab my hand. And I said, man, I got the flu. And he literally panicked and started backpedaling really fast and said, man, why you come on up on me like that when you're sick? And I said, I'm sorry. And I walked away. "30 years ago, I probably would have had a different approach to it. I'm not saying that you can talk yourself out or laugh yourself out of every situation, but a large majority of them, you can. It says, good way to deal with the situation. Well, way back in the day, when I wasn't 59 years old, the thought might have occurred to me, what would happen if I faced off against two people? Of course, back then as well, in my area of the world, it was a less violent place. The worst that could have happened probably would you get beaten up. And if you've been beaten up before, you're not overly concerned in a situation of getting beaten up again. Sometimes, not all the time, sometimes the best thing that can happen to you is to get punched in the face. That sounds like a weird thing to say. Shouldn't surprise anyone as I'm continuously saying weird stuff here. But when you get punched in the face and you're still standing or you get back up and you realize, well, if that's the worst that's going to happen, I've already taken the shot. I'm still good to go. Skid says, I'm not proud of it, but I've had a few fights. And Eric Point says, yeah, some people are on edge. They are. Um, I try to, these days, I've learned the hard way. I don't know if you guys have figured it out or not. I'm not the smartest person in the world. Um, so I've had to learn some things the hard way. I mentioned before that, in yoga, you practice ahimsa, which is non harming. The thing to always keep in mind, people confuse that with pacifism. But think about some of the greatest practitioners of ahimsa: Gandhi, Martin Luther King. Um, there was nothing passive about their actions whatsoever. They were willing to step up and suffer the consequences for their principles, for what they were trying to accomplish, with no complaints whatsoever. But the thing to keep in mind as well is when you're practicing non harmfulness, we have to include ourselves as well. I can't lead an effective life of peacefulness, an effective life of inspiration, an effective life of creativity if I allow harm to be caused by me, caused to me. So when I'm thinking of causing least harm to other people, to animals, in situations, if I ever leave myself out of that equation, I'm doing myself a great, great disservice. Runner Boy says, I've been in some fights because I have full confidence in myself and won't back down from a confrontation. I'm not going to be first to swing unless something real bad was said. Skid says, I once tried to fight the people um, from the traveling fair and woke up in hospital. Wow. I did go back the next day to try and make up, but they told me to leave. Man, that's a serious beating to end up in the hospital. Skid says, hi, Runner Boy. Good to see you. I did a target focus training with Tim Larkin, who was a fight trainer for the Navy SEALs at one time. He did bud training and he had an inner ear explode. So he ended up washing out, but he was kept in service to train in fighting. And target focus training is you look for the most vulnerable targets on a body and you strike that with maximum force first, and you strike first. Because as he says, um, violence is never an option. It's never the first option. It should never be an option anyway, unless it is. And when it is, it's the only option. So it's learning to tell the difference between everyday violence and asocial violence. Asocial violence is when they're not trying to beat you up, they're going to kill you. That's asocial violence. That's when someone's in complete road rage. Versus when you get in that, before you get in that road rage condition, if you realize, man, if I would hit someone and they go down and hit their head on a curb, then I'm liable for what happens. Is it worth, because someone cut in front of me? And what if the person that we confront, and nowadays has a gun, has a knife, or just gets lucky? So we start viewing the social norms of puffing our chest up and confronting people gets us absolutely nowhere. It's ego-centered, and we suffer the consequences of the ego. Back to what we were originally talking about, which was karma, cause and effect. Hey, Brian. Brian says, hey, Eric, just saw 2 or 3 hummingbirds. Not even 5 minutes before I saw your short video. That's awesome. This was the first hummingbird I've seen in a long time. Well, Mocha and I saw one last year, but it was too quick to get a shot of. Sampa says that fought back and got the upper hand. Oh, red mist. I'm not quite following, Squirrel Sniper. Runner Boy says also pick and choose. Don't confront someone in a group. That's just silly. Looking at you, Skits. Brian says hello to Runner Boy, Squirrel Sniper. Making some greetings back to Brian. Sniper says Runner Boy hit the biggest guy possible in the last resort. Runner Boy says I've credited a few people who have just thrown their trash on the ground and made them pick it up. Luckily, no one has denied me telling them to pick it up so far. There's got to be one time, sometime. Sniper says best defense is a full attack. I tend to agree with that. And knowing when, probably the most important, knowing when. Skit says, Runner Boy, I've learned a lot growing up, and I will never be fighting again. Good to hear. Headpoint says, yes, if you know, a fight is most likely happening, always strike first, Art of War. And strike, go for the targets. Go for the vulnerable targets. A lot of people think the groin might be the most vulnerable target. A lot of women, unfortunately, think every man knows protect the groin. Someone's going to go for it. Most specifically, a woman's going to go for it. So create an opportunity for the groin to be open before that happens. There's other targets. The knee is not as stable as we think. Neither is the ankle. Throat, eyes. Carotid artery, a strike. There's a video on YouTube of a guy striking the carotid artery, and the guy just very lightly too, just to demonstrate, and the guy went down quick. Cypher says, is YouTube deleting my comments again? I think it might be. Trending Live TV, Trending Live Raid. Wow. Much appreciated. Brian says, so great, Eric. I know you said you didn't see any hummingbirds this year. Glad you got to saw one. I saw a green one today. Thanks, Brian. Man, I always take that as a gift. That if you stay patient, open and willing, you will see. You will eventually see. Like the one I got of the frog on the pond. It took me all summer to finally get that. Skid says, make love, not war. Absolutely. Which is, you know, again, why I was, the entirety of my practice of yoga is to be stable in my own peacefulness so that I have that to extend to the world. Anything less, and I'm doing myself a disservice. Hi, Trending. How are you? I enjoyed your live stream a little bit earlier. Runner Boy says, always thinking about punch, then grapple, and restrain if it's one-on-one. Skid says, hi to Trending. Sniper says, lots of claret from the nose. The more visible, the less others want to get involved. It's a good point. Border Boy says, that's why I'm going to practice leg kicks because no one is expecting a leg kick. That's true. You know what else no one is expecting? The Inquisition. Do you guys know where that's from? I bet you Squirrel Sniper will get that. I think maybe Eric LaPointe might get that. No one expects the Inquisition. Trending says, I'm good, sir. I'm good too. Trending, thank you. Much appreciated. Brian says, hello to Trending. Trending says, thank you for staying at my live, sir. Absolutely. I try to always stay as long as possible. I love watching people. I love watching artists at work doing what they do. Might be one of my all-time favorite things. I never fail to come away inspired by what I see. The dedication, and not just the dedication, the willingness to put in the time, the commitment to expressing themselves. Everyone wants to. Everyone wants to learn an instrument or paint or to draw or to do music or whatever. But there's always a reason why we don't. Always a reason. In 2000, I believe it was 2000, might have been 1999, I read a book. Speaking of a book that was mentioned by both Squirrel Sniper and Eric LaPointe, The Art of War. Stephen Pressfield, a great writer, switched it around. The War of Art. And he talked about turning pro, becoming a professional artist. Doesn't mean getting paid. It doesn't exclude getting paid either. But a professional artist is one who shows up every day and practices their craft, no matter what. No matter what. No excuses. Maybe it's for a minute. Maybe you got a really busy day, but you pick up that pencil and you draw something. Maybe it's only a line, a beginning of something. But you've made the commitment. I'm an artist and I live my life as an artist. And we don't skip brushing our teeth, I hope. We don't skip flossing our teeth, I hope. Especially flossing, because it helps prevent heart disease, by the way. It gets rid of the bacteria that sticks between the teeth. Not just for dental health, it's for your health. Anyway. Yeah, so, if something's meaningful for us, we don't skip it. So when I see Trending live and I see her with a pad in front of her and a pencil in hand, it inspires me and it reminds me I'm on track. When I read that in 1999, I said, okay, I'm turning pro. I'm going to be an artist. I'm going to be a writer. And I have not missed a single day of writing. And now it's been, 25 years? 26 years maybe. Sniper says, straight kick sideways, 6 inch below the knee. Another vulnerable target. Burner Boy says, Squirrel, can you do that with enough force? It's not as simple as thinking about it. Think of it in terms of a stomp rather than a kick. You go through the knee. Eric Point says, we all have a plan until we get punched in the mouth. Mike Tyson. Absolutely. 100%. We can take that metaphor more broad than just a fight. We can take it as life. We all have a plan in life until we get punched in the mouth and our plan is derailed. What do we do then? To keep talking about artistically, what do we do as an artist when life seems to punch us in our mouth and we're derailed? We pick the pencil back up again as soon as we're able and we start again. Here's a secret of life. We can always start again. We can always start again. What is it you want to do? Just start again. Life is simple, but it doesn't mean it's easy. Sniper says, it puts the opponent off stance straight away. It's not a finishing kick, off balance instantly. Runner Boy says, yes, but it takes practice to do a lot of coordination. Skid says, art is life. Absolutely. Absolutely. And to circle back to Skits and his channel, this is why I'm so excited about your channel. Skits, I'm going to be completely selfish here. I'm excited about your channel for all that it's going to bring you, but I'm also excited about your channel for what it's going to bring me. I'm going to be inspired by another artist. I'm going to be inspired by someone who shook off the crap of life and said, no, I want something different. You made a choice. You might not even, maybe you do. You might not even know the moment that you made that choice. But something happened. You were given that moment of grace and you went in this direction. My entire life, let's use this direction. My entire life, I went in this direction. And it was a mess. A complete mess. Over and over again. And I would always say, why is this happening? Because I kept going in this direction. That's the law of karma, the law of cause and effect. I kept making the same choices under the guise of something different. Until one day, it didn't even seem like a choice. I was given directive. Go this way. For right now. You don't have to go this way all the time. But right now, go this way, see what happens. And I did. And my life completely changed. Again, we're all given that moment of grace. We could say each moment is that moment of grace. But we miss it because we're so busy. And the things that we're busy with, 99% of them don't matter. Distractions. When we let them aside, man, something beautiful happens. Sorry guys, let me catch up. So, man, one comment from Skits. Art is life. Sent me off on a tangent. But I could do live stream after live stream after live stream just talking about that. Everything in my life has been geared in that direction. I mentioned before, I will catch up. I'm sorry. I mentioned before, I got a check from Medium. Medium is a platform for writers. Every month I get a check for a deposit in my account for, I think the last time was $3.40. When I got my first, I think it was $1 something. And I celebrated. And I told Mocha, I got paid for my writing. I got paid for something that didn't exist. It was nowhere. And then it was now here. And I put it on a piece of paper. I posted it and I shared it. And someone read it. That's the art of manifestation. Imagination's everywhere. Nowhere, now, here. What's the difference? Nowhere, now, here. The difference is space. Fall in that space where everything happens. That's the cosmic law of pure potentiality. All right, let me catch up. Training says, yes, sir. Runner Boy says, to Squirrel Sniper, it's not that simple. People train for years to be able to do these things properly. Sniper says the same move to defend a kick to your leg. Trending says, drawing using pencils, I can't undo, but I can erase. You know what the amazing thing about that? It's the same space. When you erase something, it's the same space that was there. I love an empty page. An empty page used to really scare me when I very first started writing. Man, is it possible? Hey, William. Is it possible to fill that empty page? What a daunting task, being confronted with emptiness. And then you might realize that emptiness is just a reflection. I'm confronted with my own emptiness. Even scarier. What do I do with the reflection of my own emptiness? Life takes care of the details. Emptiness is pure potentiality. An empty page is a gift. You get to put whatever you imagine on that empty page, and imagination is infinite. Look out the window. Draw what you see. Write what you see. Draw a single blade of grass. There's always something to draw. There's always something to write about. Runaway, oh, I'm sorry, Sniper says, Runaway, indeed, 15 years, not used any of the last 14 now. One of the great things with target training is you need very little skill to confront a target. You don't worry about blocking. You don't worry about defense. You go for a target. You'll probably get hit. Something bad might happen, but you go for the target. If you got time to train, 15 years, that's awesome. All right. Buddha says, with what I have been researching, this is awesome new medicine coming, and the testimonies we'll talk about later. Buddha, I'm excited about that. That's awesome. I'm looking forward to hearing more. Roy says, back from interview, probably won't get it. You might. What was the interview for? What was the job for? Buddha says, we all aren't perfect. No, my friend, we aren't. But we all exist within perfection itself. I always go back to Genesis. God created the universe in 6 days. When he was done, before he took that break, he looked around and said it was good. It was good. Everything. He didn't look around and think, man, it's a good thing I brought an eraser because I made some mistakes. I think I made that elephant's neck a little too short. Let me stretch it out a bit. It was good. Guess what? That included me, and that included you. We were looked upon by our Creator and told explicitly, we are good. It's not bad. It's better than I've gotten from a lot of teachers. Hey, Castle. Well, I'm saying hi to everyone. Hey, Demo, my friend, how are you? Did not see you come in. Joe says, I'm surprised to see you ladies here. Big hugs, Buddha and trending. Joe says, so to Castle. Waves at Sniper. We get a hi from Optimom. Trending says, yes, indeed. Rowan says Amazon delivery, but it pays $19 an hour here. Nice. Joe says, so Timo Sabine, I'm sure she's nearby. That's a good bet. Sniper says, Roaring Heart, time and place for that one when you must fall on one sword. But those that come to you, not on my watch. Signature, my friend, how are you? Greeting, my friend, and thumbs up. I appreciate that. Well, I'm almost caught up. I thought for sure that was going to take me a while. I was very much inspired by trending and Buddha and skits. Every once in a while in a conversation, I might pause and say something along the lines of, if I had a single wish for everyone in the chat, and then whatever's been inspired, I offer that. And I can't help but think right now, if I had a single wish, it would be to find your avenue of creativity. What is it that makes you feel like an artist? Avenue of creativity. sums it up perfectly. What is your avenue of creativity? And can you work on it every day? Just enough. It doesn't have to be, it's not your full-time gig. It doesn't have to be forever. It doesn't have to be an all-day event. Can you work on it with your full attention and absolute love for 1 minute in a 24-hour day? If you give yourself to your inspiration, your creativity, everything in your life will change. When you're in that creative process, it is impossible to be negative. Signatures. Hi, my friend William Hart. Trending says, every day we wake up is another life to fulfill our purpose. Our mistake is not a stop sign. Beautifully said. It is a lesson. We got to learn to be better. Us in the long run. Beautifully said, Trending. And I love thinking about that. Our purpose. Especially if we narrow the terms of our purpose. If we think that our purpose has to be our job, man, we've gotten very narrow. Sometimes our job serves us to reach our purpose. Sometimes it provides the means to be on purpose. As creative beings, we could say that our only one and only true purpose is to be creative. Signatures. Hi to Trending. Trending says, thank you much, Sir Yogi. You are inspiring, sir. God bless you more. It was great meeting you through Burpee Community with Buddha and everyone. Thank you, Trending. It was great meeting you as well. I had known Buddha from in the Burpee community, but we never had the opportunity to really converse until recently, and I'm really glad I did. William says, so Signature and Squirrel, I have no reason or thing worth returning action against. I gain nothing from harming someone else, and given the nature of humanity and the U.S., I would be sued. It's an excellent point. Trending says, salute and respect to you all. Runner Boy says, Laradox is live. Laradox replied that he is staying subscribed but leaving the channel, which is fine. Probably a long time coming. I don't ask people to stay. I don't ask people to leave. I've mentioned earlier, I decline all invitations to join a grievance. Doesn't mean that you put up with abuse at all. If someone comes here and they're abusive, they're asked to leave or they're barred. If someone comes in and they participate in the conversation, it's different. When I can truly commit to that, my life is so much easier. When I waver and start thinking about accepting the invitation to have a side, my life gets difficult and I cause myself no small amount of emotional turmoil that I'm better off without. Signature says, hi, my friend Skits. William says, as I'm a prior military, sort of, but enough they would win, and I would lose more than just taking the hits. Probably the best defense is simply awareness. Trending says, indeed, sir. And you're welcome. Trending says, you're welcome. Skit says, how you doing, Signature? Hope you're doing well. And much respect to all. Says trending. Signature says very well, but bad weather here in UK. Yeah, Squirrel Sniper has alluded. It's been pretty wet. William says, I ended up removing my comment. No idea if they read it, but not worth keeping that energy out there. William, I agree. 100%. I don't have... There's some weird stuff going on. There's some bad stuff going on. There, for whatever reason, people who shouldn't be in the line of grievance are. And that is bad, obviously. But to join into the grievance just adds grievance to grievance, and nothing positive can come from that at all, ever. Again, I don't have an answer. I don't know what to do. I've mentioned before, you ban people, doesn't work. People want to be here, they're here. What I'd rather do, just be me. Just be me. And there's going to be a lot of people who say that's the wrong decision. It's not a decision to be me. It's all I can do. When I work against myself, when I join in, when I'm invited to a grievance, even if it was something that was horribly done, I cause myself too much emotional pain because I'm going against my very nature. I'm going against everything I've decided to live my life by. Trending says, here in the background, sir, going to prepare for bed. Good night, everyone. Good night, my friend. Says, God bless you all, and God bless you too, my friend. Erica Point Waves. Skid says, yeah, I know, Signature. I live in Blackpool, the northwest side in the UK. William says, hey, Timo and Sabine, happy to see you in the chat. Hope you're doing well, and saw Jace live this morning, but had to run for the interview. Jeremy and Cheryl, the chat bar is here. Love it. Hey, y'all, hit the like button, the thumbs up button. Much appreciated. I was very much happy to catch you guys live this morning. Our friend Goga is here. Goga, my friend. Signature says, I do a video about the bad weather in UK yesterday. I will be there to check it out. I missed Goga live this morning. I saw when I got back from my walk. And that always makes me sad. I don't like missing the live streams from my favorite live streamers. Skit says, oh, be sure to check out latest Signature. Let's see. Signature says, hi, my friend Goga. And Goga says, Signature, hey. John Doe says, this is a reminder to have a good day. Thank you. Man, we definitely need reminders like that. Warren says, welcome back, John. Goga says, hey to Skits. Hey, don't forget to check out Skits' channel. He is now at 55 subs. He's up and ready to do live streams. He's got a intro video he's actually got an intro video for his channel, but he also has one for his music now. So this is the beginning. This is the beginning for Skits, and you guys can be on the ground floor. Get in on the action, guys. Skits says, John Doe, hi, and hope you have a good day. Signature says, let's support each other. Absolutely, guys. Our friend Barb is here, and Barb says, oh, that is not Barb. Goga says, Eric, thanks so much. It was a pop-up. I didn't do much. Hey, you're always inspiring. You always have something good to say. You're always helpful. And I mentioned this several times on your live stream. I always learn something. My YouTube channel is always that much better from what I learned from Goga. Jordan Lenny says, Goga had a pop-up live. William says that isn't her. Yeah, I fell for it for just a second. Signature says Goga is a nice and positive person. He is, very much. So it's been a while since we had a troll just for the sake of trolling. For a while they came in and they were trolling Barb. You know, beginning of the conversation, we talked about karma. People think that it is punishment, but it's just consequence. It's just consequence. If your life is not what you want it to be, if you find yourself in a bad emotional, mental place, if you are unfulfilled, I've heard people talk about unable to meditate because their thoughts are always running. It's because of the choices that we made and where we are moment by moment by moment. Want a better life, make better choices. Don't participate in the things that have not brought you peace before. If you want to live a peaceful life, you make peaceful choices. However, if you're satisfied with the chaos, keep making chaotic choices. That's the amazing thing about choice. It's always yours. It's always yours. Runner Boy says, today was a nice and sunny day. Glad I had work off. Good. All right. Delaney is here, says Goga. Let's say it. You mean the demure? The lovely and demure Joe Delaney? Ash is back. Everything okay with my mom? Awesome, Ash. I'm glad to hear that. That's going to be a huge relief for you, my friend, and your father. Goga says, appreciate your signature. Let's start those streams. We got some laughing emojis from Goga. The demure Joe Delaney. The lovely and demure Joe Delaney. I look for creative ways of slipping that into a conversation whenever I pop into Goga's. Generally, he says, laughing, Goga, you have everyone saying demure. He does. And he attributes, every time, he attributes it to you. See? Goga says, Joe, you started this. William says, I figured let them steal. Smart thinking, William. We got a laughing emoji from Eric LaPointe. Runner Boy says, Yogi, has Optimob come back into the live stream since the last one you left? He popped in here very briefly. Joe Delaney said hi to him. Goga says, now I can't stop the tribe from using it. It has become a thing. We can think of it as our demure way of saying hi to each other. Joe says, Goga, did you see my community page? I met up with Lisa J. Stocks yesterday for drinks, and we discussed yoga is not it's not demure. He looked it. That's a good reason to go over to Joe Delaney's community page right now. That's a lovely photo. Let's see. Goga says, Joe, is Eric demure? Joe says, I had no idea, Yogi, until I read full name. That's awesome, Joe. We got Goga laughing. Joe Delaney says Eric is demure. That might be the nicest thing anyone said about me on any live stream. It sure beats Hey Baldy, that's for sure. Although, you know what? That is the second nicest thing. Was it yesterday or the day before? Day before? Someone told me that I was a beautiful trans, which amused me to no end. Hey, I'll take the beautiful no matter what follows after. So sometime I got to do a live stream, or I'd love to see other people do a live stream. So what do you do when what you're doing doesn't seem to work? When you want to put out a positive message, you want to be helpful, and something goes off haywire, takes an unwanted turn, or from what we've had here recently, someone we care about gets attacked. The original stance was ban people. That never sat right with me. Not because I don't think some people should be banned or not banned or whatever, because it simply doesn't work. People just come back. Different names, different things. We had one of the people who lived to attack Barb, obviously come in just a few moments ago. And we got people who have issues with Barb who's come here, and they've participated. They've never done anything in the channel. Do I hold them accountable here for what they do elsewhere? Is it my position to hold anyone in the world accountable for what they do? Is it going to change anyone? If people can come here and be around caring people, loving people, good-natured people, some might say funny and demure people, are they better off? Or do you just keep banning over and over and over and over again, hoping that they get the message and they get bored and they don't come back? So some people have decided not to come back on the live stream. Understandable. I hold no grudges against that. Some people believe that I am accountable or responsible because some people have dropped my channel link that I had absolutely nothing to do with. I can't help that. My apology is that I'm sorry that you are suffering. I put that across the board. I put that to the people who are attacking. I am sorry that you are suffering so much that you feel the best possible solution is for you to attack someone. And I can promise you it won't work. It never works. Hey, Austin. You can never hate someone enough to conquer hate. You can never hold a grievance towards someone enough to end the grievance. You can't. It doesn't work. So, man, I could do another whole live stream just on that. Again, I don't have solutions. What I do, I ride the wave that's presented to me. I don't look at the next wave. I don't look at the previous wave. I ride the wave that is presented to me. If you guys got a better solution, let me know. Runner Boy says, I would have timed people out 10 minutes for any kind of arguing like that. Also says, how are you, Yogi? I'm doing pretty good. So, maybe next live stream, let me know. Skit says, ride the wave. Eric, brother, we're all surfing along too. Thank you, Skits. It's much appreciated. I seldom use the word I hate, but I hate the fact that people are suffering in our community. And if I thought that by banning someone would end the suffering, I would. But it doesn't. It won't. Skits, I very much appreciate that. Joe says, that is why I refer to you as Mr. LaPointe. Some names are never shortened. Eric LaPointe is almost always Eric LaPointe. Joe Delaney is always Joe Delaney. Goga is always Demure Goga. Goga is always Demure. Yeah, so maybe, next live stream, I'll talk more about that. If you guys think about it, if you have something, hey, if you have a suggestion, I very much, again, appreciate Skits' suggestion. Just ride the wave. Reaper's here says, so YouTube family, just stopping by to say it's freaking burning hot. Yeah, it was hot yesterday. What did you say, 103 degrees? And he was outside working. However, tomorrow, vacation day, the beginning of Reaper's vacation. I'm glad you popped in to say hi. I'm going to shut things down in just a minute or two. Reaper is, it says, yep, and drenched in sweat again. Fortunately, Reaper knows what to do in the heat. Joe is waving at Reaper. Skit says, Reaper, hope you're staying hydrated. Reaper says, okay, Eric, stay hydrated, guys. You too, my friend. Reaper says, my pants are hot. Now he's just bragging. Now he's just bragging. Of course, now I got the image of Reaper wearing hot pants in my head, and I can't get it out. It's going to be disturbing me all day long. Skits is laughing. Reaper's laughing. We get a salute from Eric LaPointe. All right, so fun and interesting talk. Not 100% fun across the board, but talked a bit about karma. We talked a bit about self-defense. What else did we talk about? Inspiration, creativity, my favorite part of the entire conversation. And then, hey, I aired out some channel laundry, looking for solutions. Ash says, my sister says hi. Hey, tell Nats that I said hi back, that we all said hi back. Reaper says, have a safe and blessed day, guys. See y'all later somewhere. Definitely look for you. If for some reason we don't see you, man, have a great start to your vacation. A well-earned vacation, Reaper, that's for sure. All right, guys. So I'm going to shut things down for the afternoon. I'll be back like 2.5 hours or so. If anyone has nothing better to do, come on by and hang out. Another great live, says Eric LaPointe. Thank you. Skit says, much love, everyone. Stay smiling. Buddha says, take care, Reaper. And Ash says, we got a quote from Ash. What you know matters, but who you are matters more. Absolutely. Beautifully said, my friend. I'm glad you got that quote in before we ended the live stream. We got a Buddha. Buddha says, be safe and stay blessed. Take care, everyone. Going to go cook. Great live. Thank you, Buddha. Joe says, have a great day, everyone. Ash says, bye. All right, guys. I'm going to see you all later. Take care.